So what makes these essential amino acids so crucial?
Well, I mean, they play like this really pivotal role
Okay.
in muscle growth and repair, hormone production, enzyme activity, even neurotransmitter synthesis,
Wow.
which impacts brain function
Really?
and mood. Yeah, so they're involved in basically every aspect of our physical and mental health.
Okay. Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready to take another deep dive with us?
Always excited to dive in.
Awesome. Today we're going to be looking at this article, Supplements 101, Simple Matters and Facts by holistic life coach Violet Spring.
Sounds intriguing.
It is. She breaks down all these essential nutrients, vitamins, minerals, amino acids.
Oh yeah, those are key.
Peptides and triglycerides too. We're going to really try to unpack why understanding these, these are the building blocks of our health and why they're so crucial.
I think one thing that really stuck out to me from Spring's article is, we often think about these nutrients kind of in isolation.
Right.
But she really emphasizes how they all work together, like this intricate system within our bodies. It's really amazing to see how they interact to keep everything running smoothly.
Yeah, like a finely tuned orchestra or something, right?
Exactly.
Speaking of keeping things running smoothly, let's start with vitamins.
Okay.
They're often called the helpers of our body, and I think we all know that feeling of just being drained.
Yeah.
Even after a good night's sleep, could that be linked to vitamins? You know how they help convert food into energy?
It absolutely could. Now, it's important to remember that vitamins themselves, they're not a direct energy source.
Right.
But they play like the super vital role in those processes that turn the food that we eat into, like usable fuel for our bodies.
Makes sense.
And Spring, she highlights the difference between fat-soluble and water-soluble vitamins. So fat-soluble vitamins, these are like your A, D, E, and K, and our bodies actually store these.
Okay.
But then you have your water-soluble vitamins. These are like your B complex and C, and these need to be replenished way more regularly.
Okay.
Because they're flushed out through our system.
Interesting. So knowing which vitamins we need to top up on consistently is crucial. Right.
Totally. It's not like a one-size-fits-all thing.
Right.
When it comes to vitamins. And she gives these great examples of how these vitamins actually show up in our, daily lives.
Okay.
So, for instance, vitamin A, that's super crucial for healthy vision.
Yeah.
While vitamin C, that's involved in producing collagen.
Okay.
Which is essential for, that youthful-looking skin and flexible joints.
Those are important. Now, a balanced diet, obviously, that's the ideal way to get these vitamins.
Absolutely.
But are there times when supplements might be beneficial?
Yeah, so Spring does acknowledge that, some individuals might benefit from supplements.
Okay.
Especially if they have specific deficiencies or dietary restrictions that make it difficult to get all the nutrients they need from food alone.
Okay, let's move on to minerals then. Sort of the unsung heroes of our bodies, right?
I love that, unsung heroes. They're quietly working behind the scenes
to
keep everything functioning properly.
Yeah.
I mean, minerals are essential for so many bodily functions, from maintaining those strong bones and teeth to regulating nerve impulses and even muscle contractions. They're like the regulators of our internal environment.
What are some key examples of minerals and how they actually impact our health? I'm thinking about things like strong bones. What contributes to that?
Well, calcium is a prime example.
Okay.
It's crucial for bone health, and Spring categorizes it as a macromineral, meaning we need it in relatively large amounts.
Okay.
But then on the other hand, you've got iron. That's essential for transporting oxygen in our blood. And that's considered a trace mineral, so needed in smaller quantities.
So just like vitamins, not getting enough of these minerals can lead to health issues.
Oh, for sure. Spring points out that iron deficiency, for example, can lead to anemia.
Right.
Which is a condition where your blood doesn't have enough healthy red blood cells to carry oxygen effectively. And, a lack of calcium.
Yeah.
That can contribute to osteoporosis.
Oh, wow.
Which weakens the bones, makes them more susceptible to fractures.
Okay. So that makes it clear why we need to pay attention to our mineral intake. And while a healthy diet should provide most of the minerals we need, are there situations where supplements might come into play?
Absolutely. Supplements can be a really useful way to bridge the gap, if your diet isn't providing enough of certain minerals.
Okay.
But Spring emphasizes it's really important not to overdo it.
Right.
With mineral supplements, as some can have adverse effects in excessive amounts, it's always best to consult with, a healthcare professional.
Yeah.
To determine your individual needs.
Good advice. Now, for those of us who are into fitness or simply fascinated by how our bodies repair, rebuild themselves,
let's
talk about amino acids.
Okay.
often called the building blocks of protein.
Exactly.
And they're constantly at work in our bodies.
All the time. So Spring explains that amino acids are like these fundamental units that make up proteins. And proteins are essential for a huge array of bodily functions.
Right.
She breaks them down into 3 categories. So you have your essential amino acids.
Okay.
Our bodies can't produce these. Got to get them through our diet.
Got it.
Then you have your non-essential amino acids, which our bodies can actually synthesize.
Okay.
And then lastly, you have conditionally essential amino acids.
Okay.
These become essential during times of like stress or illness.
Interesting. So what makes these essential amino acids so crucial?
Well, I mean, they play like this really pivotal role in muscle growth and repair, hormone production, enzyme activity, even neurotransmitter synthesis.
Wow.
Which impacts brain function.
Really?
And mood. Yeah, so they're involved in basically every aspect of our physical and mental health.
Okay, so that really highlights how amino acids are important for everyone, not just athletes.
Exactly.
So how can we make sure we're getting enough of these essential amino acids through our diet?
It's all about a diet rich in protein-rich foods.
Makes sense.
Spring recommends incorporating things like meat, poultry, fish, eggs, dairy products, beans, lentils, nuts, and seeds.
Okay, that's a pretty comprehensive list. What about those who might need an extra boost of amino acids? Are supplements like BCAAs something to consider?
Yeah, so Spring does mention certain amino acid supplements, like those branched-chain amino acids, or BCAAs, can be beneficial for, like athletes who are looking to enhance their muscle recovery, or folks recovering from illness or injury.
All right, so let's get a bit more complex now. Think of peptides as these tiny messengers within our cells.
Okay.
Almost like a miniature postal service.
Yeah.
Delivering instructions, keeping everything running smoothly.
I love that analogy. So despite being smaller than proteins, peptides have a really powerful impact on so many bodily functions.
Okay.
They're key in hormone production, regulating our immune response, even promoting skin repair and regeneration.
I know a lot of people are interested in collagen peptides these days. Is that something Spring touches on?
Oh yeah, she specifically mentions collagen peptides, which are gaining popularity for their potential benefits in supporting skin elasticity, joint health, bone strength. It's fascinating how these tiny molecules can have such a significant impact on our well-being.
And it's not just about aesthetics, right?
Right.
Collagen peptides are being researched for their therapeutic potential in various medical conditions as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Researchers are exploring their use in addressing conditions like osteoarthritis, osteoporosis, and even wound healing. Speaks to their versatility.
Wow. Okay, so we've covered vitamins, minerals, amino acids, peptides, all these crucial players in keeping our bodies functioning.
Yes.
But what about energy? Where do triglycerides fit into this?
Right. So triglycerides, they're essentially our primary energy storage system.
Okay.
They're a type of fat found in our blood and stored in our fat cells. Think of them as a reserve fuel tank that our body taps into when it needs energy.
Makes sense. I'm guessing there are different types of triglycerides and some are healthier than others?
You're absolutely right. Spring explains that there are 3 main types of triglycerides: saturated, unsaturated, and trans fats.
Okay.
Saturated and trans fats, those are generally considered less healthy. They can contribute to high cholesterol levels.
Got it.
Increase the risk of heart disease. Unsaturated fats, though, those are considered heart healthy.
Okay.
An important part of a balanced diet.
So it seems like there's a lot of nuance to this.
For sure.
Just like with everything else we talked about today. So is there a simple way to manage our triglyceride levels effectively?
Spring really emphasizes that, maintaining a healthy lifestyle is key.
Right.
A balanced diet, low in saturated and trans fats, regular physical activity, and limiting sugar intake. These can all contribute to those healthy triglyceride levels.
All right, that makes sense. Now, as we're kind of wrapping up this first part of our deep dive, I'm struck by how Spring emphasizes that interconnectedness of all these nutrients.
Yeah.
It's not about just focusing on one or two, but understanding how they all work together in this holistic way.
Absolutely. It's a beautiful symphony of interactions happening within our bodies. And having even just a basic understanding of how these nutrients work together, I think, can empower us to make more informed choices about our health and well-being.
Hey everyone! Before we dive deeper into today's topic, I want to take a quick moment to tell you about my book, The Essential Guide to Supplements. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by the world of vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and more, This book is here to help. It's packed with easy-to-understand information to help you make informed decisions about supplements for your health needs. Whether you're looking to boost your energy, support your immune system, or just feel your best, this guide breaks it all down in a way that's practical and actionable. You'll learn what each supplement does, how to take it, and even how to combine supplements for the best results. Plus, it covers important safety tips, like potential side effects and interactions, so you can feel confident about what you're putting into your body. If you're ready to take control of your health and make smarter choices about supplements, the Essential Guide to Supplements is available now on Amazon. I've included the link in the description below. Check it out and start your journey to better health today.
That's a perfect segue into our next section where we'll delve a little bit deeper into the specific benefits and applications of these nutrients.
Yes.
And how they can be tailored to individual needs. So stay tuned.
Looking forward to it. It's really fascinating how all of these seemingly separate nutrients, right?
Yeah.
They all contribute to this bigger picture of health.
Exactly. And speaking of that bigger picture, I'm wondering, how can we connect these individual nutrients back to practical applications? Like, for instance, if someone's feeling constantly fatigued,
yeah,
how could understanding vitamins, help them address that issue?
Well, in that case, I think, looking at B vitamins and iron would be a good place to start. B vitamins are crucial for converting food into energy, and then iron plays a key role in transporting oxygen throughout the body. So if someone is deficient in either of those, fatigue is a really common symptom.
So it's like detective work almost.
Yeah.
Identifying the potential deficiencies based on the symptoms someone is experiencing. What about, say, those recovering from an injury? Could certain nutrients, aid in their healing process?
Absolutely, yeah. Amino acids would be particularly important in that scenario.
Okay.
I mean, they're essential for tissue repair and muscle rebuilding. Spring also mentions collagen peptides, which can support the healing of tendons and ligaments and even bones.
I've also heard that collagen can be beneficial for skin health. Is there any truth to that?
Oh yeah, for sure. Collagen is a major component of our skin. It provides structure and elasticity.
Right.
As we age, our natural collagen production declines, which can lead to, those wrinkles and sagging skin. So some studies suggest that supplementing with collagen peptides can actually help improve skin hydration and elasticity.
Interesting. So it seems like understanding, the roles of these different nutrients can give us a real sense of agency, in managing our own health.
Totally. It's all about becoming an informed consumer, right?
Right.
And advocate for your own well-being.
Yeah, and speaking of informed choices, there's been a lot of buzz around MCTs lately. What are those, and do they live up to the hype?
Okay, so MCTs are medium-chain triglycerides, right?
Yeah.
They're a type of fat that's metabolized differently than long-chain triglycerides. They're absorbed quickly and converted into energy, which is why they're popular among, athletes and those following ketogenic diets.
So are they like a magic bullet for weight loss or boosting energy levels?
Well, Spring cautions against viewing any supplement as a quick fix.
Yeah.
While MCTs can provide a quick source of energy and may have, a slight advantage in terms of promoting satiety, they're not a substitute for a balanced diet and regular exercise.
Makes sense. It's all about taking a holistic approach, right?
Absolutely. And while supplements can be, helpful tools, it's super important to remember that they should complement, not replace, a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, this deep dive has really highlighted the importance of understanding what we're putting into our bodies and why.
I couldn't agree more. It's about empowering yourself with knowledge so you can make those informed decisions that really support your overall health and well-being.
Now, before we wrap up this deep dive, I'd like to touch on the importance of, personalized nutrition. Everyone's different.
Yeah.
And what works for one person may not work for another.
That's a really crucial point. Factors like age, lifestyle, dietary habits, even genetics, these can all influence our individual nutrient needs. What's optimal for one person might be completely different for someone else.
So how can someone, figure out what their specific needs are? Is it just a matter of trial and error?
Well, Spring advocates for a more proactive approach, actually.
Okay.
She suggests, consulting with a qualified healthcare professional or a registered dietitian, someone who can really assess your individual needs,
right,
help you develop, a personalized nutrition plan.
That sounds like a much more targeted approach than just, grabbing whatever supplement is trending at the moment.
Exactly. It's about moving away from that one-size-fits-all mentality,
Right.
And embracing this concept of bio-individuality, recognizing that what works for one person may not work for another.
Right. All right, so as we're kind of approaching the end of our deep dive into Violet Spring's Supplements 101, I'm feeling a lot more informed, but I'm also realizing this is just, the tip of the iceberg.
It's true. The world of nutrition is vast and it's constantly evolving.
Yeah.
But, I think Spring's article provides this fantastic foundation for understanding the basics.
Right.
And encourages us to continue exploring and learning.
And speaking of exploring, I'd love to hear your final thoughts on, what key takeaways our listeners should keep in mind as they continue their own health journeys.
Okay, well, I think first and foremost, it's crucial to remember that, supplements are just that, supplements.
Right.
They're meant to complement a healthy diet and lifestyle, not replace them.
So it's not about, popping pills and expecting miracles.
Exactly. It's about, creating this holistic approach to health that encompasses nourishing foods,
Yeah.
regular exercise, stress management, and mindful supplementation when necessary.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. What other nuggets of wisdom would you like to leave our listeners with? Yeah, it sounds like knowledge really is power when it comes to making informed decisions about our health.
Oh, absolutely. And one important aspect of that knowledge is understanding that the supplement industry, well, it isn't as tightly regulated as pharmaceuticals.
Oh, okay.
So it's really crucial to do your research. Choose reputable brands that prioritize quality and transparency.
So it's not just about, what you're taking, but also where it's coming from.
Exactly. Look for supplements that have been, third-party tested.
Right.
To ensure their purity and potency. And don't be afraid to ask questions.
Yeah.
And consult with healthcare professionals. Make sure you're making safe and informed choices.
So, in essence, this deep dive has provided us with a foundational understanding of the key nutrients our bodies need, emphasized the importance of a holistic approach to health, and highlighted the power of personalized nutrition.
Yeah, that's a great summary, and I think Spring would agree that the journey to optimal health, well, it's a continuous process of learning, experimenting, and listening to your body.
This deep dive has certainly sparked my curiosity to delve deeper into the world of nutrition, see how I can optimize my own well-being.
I think that's a wonderful takeaway. And remember, as Spring emphasizes, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to our health. Stay curious, keep learning, and continue to explore this fascinating world of nutrition.
And on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive into Violet Spring Supplements 101. We hope you found this exploration insightful and empowering. Until next time, happy exploring.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a like, leave a comment below, and be sure to subscribe and help us build this awesome holistic heroes tribe. And while you're waiting for new episodes, check out my other videos from these playlists.